We've got tons of wheat and tons of money, and it's all gotta go! That's right, we'll actually pay you to buy it from us! That's how crazy we are at Crazy John's Aussie Wheat Board! So what are you waiting for? Come on down to Crazy John's Aussie Wheat Board and pick up your free bribe. No questions asked. Tell them Saddam sent you. G'day folks, welcome to the Glasshouse, the program that asks the question, if we're supposed to say it with flowers on Valentine's Day, what kind of a bouquet says, I don't want to be your Valentine, but I wouldn't mind a root? More news than chocolate-coated love this week, but the big story is what's been happening while we were out. The Australian Wheat Board. Who knew you were allowed to pay bribes to a dictator while you were bombing the gluten out of him? And along with the cash, a lot of the grain went directly to Saddam too. Apparently US soldiers have discovered a palace in Baghdad made entirely out of Wheat Bix. Kerry Packer sadly passed away on Boxing Day, and just when James was beginning to think Santa didn't get his letter. Jessica Simpson split from her husband and announced no boys for a year to concentrate on her career. Michael Jackson made the same announcement. At Cronulla Beach in Sydney, Anglo-Australians hurled abuse and bottles, and Middle Eastern youths fought back and smashed cars. The camel from the Toyota ads copped it from both sides. Kim Beazley lost 8 kilos of unsightly flab by exercising and eating right, while John Howard gained 80 kilos of unsightly flab when Julian McGoran defected from the National Party. In Iraq, Saddam's trial keeps degenerating into a shouting match with the judge, followed by Hussein storming out. I didn't know you were allowed to storm out of your own trial. Has anyone told the Bali Nine about this? Liberal rocket scientist Dana Vale got terrified Australia could become a Muslim nation within 50 years because we're aborting ourselves almost out of existence. What's wrong, Dana? Isn't a debate on abortion pills controversial enough for you? Yeah, let's ban abortions. We'll need all those screwed up, unwanted kids for the next round of race riots. And in the US, God Botherers condemned Heath Ledger's movie Brokeback Mountain. Apparently for a cowboy film, it has too much rootin', not enough tootin'. Congrats!
Obscenity news, Willhead. As politicians around the country swear their heads off at each other, John Howard says our television networks are causing a serious deterioration in manners and should curb their use of vulgar language. Maybe the cocksnap has a point. Maybe decency and common courtesy are destroyed by TV programs, you know, like Question Time. Maybe Howard wants to take obscenities off TV so we don't have any words left to describe him. The PM's comments came after the New South Wales Chief Justice called for a zero-tolerance policy on bad manners to protect society. The Chief Justice said the words please, thank you and sorry were disappearing. Oh, yes, sorry. That's the one John Howard got rid of, isn't it?
Thank you!
Guys, welcome back. Sorry to say, I'm angry.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently Australian scientists have been gagged. And not in a fun, nerdy, white coat sex game way. A bad, the government won't let us say what we want away. because this is a true story. Apparently there's an Australian scientist who used to work for the CSIRO has come out and said the government didn't like him saying his scientific views. And the government said, no, scientists just can't say political views. And the scientist said it was a scientific fact that all government people are cocksnaps. So the CSIRO, they're in trouble anyway. The government apparently doesn't want them to talk about the greenhouse effect because the government wants, companies to still do stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Yes. Now, what I'm trying to say is that the government says, no, we care about the greenhouse and we know that global warming's affecting Australia, but only poor Australians who can't afford air conditioners. Now, it's affecting everyone, government. Apparently, also, the government, they're in bed with the fossil fuel companies. Apparently, fossil fuel companies are writing government submissions. And the government said, that's crap. And while we've got your attention, if the Liberals win the next election, you keep your receipt and you'll get 4 cents off your petrol.
All right, let's get to it. Joining me, Corinne and Dave, to throw some stones in the Glasshouse tonight from the mean streets of Mount Thomas, the leader of the Blue Heelers pack, John Wood. And the national 400-metre athletics champion, that sweet young lady, Tamsin Lewis. All right, movers and shakers. First up, Australia's fine tattooists and retailers are enjoying a big rise in demand for Australian flags and symbols in the wake of the Cronulla riots. So many Australian flags are being sold, the Taiwanese economy is booming. And record numbers of young Australians are also getting the flag or the Southern Cross inked into their skin. This is great for when you forget what country you come from. Oh, that's right, I'm an Aussie. Or possibly a Kiwi. Some people are having the words Aussie Pride tattooed on them. Others are getting made in Australia and underneath from imported parts and materials. And then may contain nuts. Corinne, you've got a few tats. Are we loving Australia to death?
I think we are, aren't we? I think patriotism's become another word for bogan. No sensible human being parades around in a pair of stubby shorts with a flag tied around their neck like it's a cape.
It's like a new superhero, isn't it? It's like Aussie Man.
Yeah.
Help me, Aussie Man. Yeah, in a minute, the cricket's on.
Yeah. Aussie Man can crush a whole VB can on his forehead in one blow.
I'm a big Australian fan. I love this country. I don't know what you love, Corinne.
I know. Thank you, Alan Jones. I would say that I'm patriotic, but I would say that my patriotism shows through things I want to do to improve this country. I don't think beating people up improves the country. I would, get children out of detention, perhaps. I would do something about our industrial relations or, give the ABC more funding.
And Corinne, they're very hard things to do. Beating someone up, easy.
Easy.
I gotta tell you, there's nothing better than tying the Aussie flag around your neck.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right if you've won a medal, but, I don't think any of those guys on the beach at Cronulla had just won the volleyball medal or something.
They may have won sculling races, you don't know.
Surely we don't need to wear flags to prove that we're patriotic, though.
No.
I mean, I look shocking in a dress.
I'd actually like to see you in a flag, John. I think that'd be...
Now, listen, I'm as patriotic as the next Aussie, and I got the goddamned American accent proof.
Now, John, but don't you like at the cricket, the Aussie chicks in their bikinis with the Aussie flag on their boobs? Now, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
See, I don't think nipples and flags I think
What's wrong with that, Corinne?
Tan lines.
Yeah,
Watch the cricket, get your tan lines.
It's an easy way to get Dave to rise for the national anthem. I always loved on Blue Heelers when they would reflect something that had been in the news, John, there'd be a terrorism threat or something in Blue Heelers. Was there going to be an upcoming storyline where a group of people tried to defend the beaches of Mount Thomas?
The beaches of Lake Widgery, probably. No, we actually did a lot of stories that became topical, but as you would know, doing television, you know, we're 3 to 4 to 6 months in advance of when it actually goes to air.
Sure.
No.
I remember we are.
We recorded this show in 2004.
Don't you remember how you won that race?
Oh, yeah.
You and Yana Pittman are still friends. Now, Next Mover and Shaker is a British film company which is offering the general public the chance to finance its next movie. For an investment of £10 to £100, you'll get a copy of the movie on DVD, an executive producer credit, and the chance to be an extra. So far, more than 1.6 million investors have signed up. The film will now be a 7-minute crowd scene, followed by 2.5 hours of producer credits. Sadly, the budget was blown, buying 1.6 million canvas chairs with producer stenciled on the back. The movie's called Outlaw, and after they finance it, the film company wants donations for Con Man, Tax Dodge 2, and the epic We're Stealing Your Money and Flying to Barbados. John, you need a job. If we all put in $10... If we all put in $10, could we save Blue Heelers?
There's about 250 people there. That'd be close. We'd go close to an episode. I don't know that it's a bad idea. I mean, I hate the idea of the credits. I mean, they would be horrendous, but it might work.
Can I ask you this, John, just on the topic of Blue Heelers, if I may, just for a moment. Look, and the allegation's probably been made before, but I just want to say, look, was Tom Croydon any good as a cop? Because that place seemed to be riddled with crime. Like, every week there was a new crime down there.
We did 510 episodes and we solved every crime. What's wrong with that?
Imagine if Jessica Fletcher moved to Mount Thomas.
Well, that would put John out of a job, you know. I mean,
I'm out of a job.
Oh, you're out
She's welcome to move to Mount Thomas.
Tom Croydon was running it all, wasn't he? He was some sort of mafia don running some crime scene to get out of Mount Thomas.
Clearly, I mean, it was a very funny sort of situation because you can only do stories and do scenes with a blue heeler in it, you know. So.
Oh, okay.
Not the dog, one of us, one of the. There was a dog. I had a blue heeler dog, but so you can only show scenes with a blue heeler, which meant that you couldn't actually ever show a crime. So you had to constantly because you can't see. You had to see one of the blue heelers all the time because the story was told through the eyes of the blue heelers.
I thought it was just because audiences are really stupid and they mightn't know what show they're watching. It wasn't a blue heeler.
There is that, Corinne. Why don't we ask the audience, are you really stupid? Of course you're not. What I was saying was that you had to have a scene, you know, a blue heeler had to be in the scene.
Yeah.
So the only way you could ever show a crime is if one of the blue heelers, the actual coppers, was suspected of it. So that's why we were constantly under investigation.
I mean, 510, was it? 500,
Yeah.
Have you got a favourite one? What, 246? What was... Is there
I
one
don't
where
remember many of the numbers. We did. I do remember 128A. Which
128A?
That was the live episode. So we actually went to air live, and that was the most. That was really thrilling. That was, I mean, really genuinely live. That was amazing.
It was amazing to watch it too.
Very scary.
Yeah, I can remember sitting there going, oh God, if that was me, I would be, you would have to shoot from here up because there'd just be a dark stain spreading. I'd be so nervous, I'd wet my pants.
John, did you ever use your uniform, like, you know, at home?
No.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Very blue heelers.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to Mount Thomas. Our favourite movers and shakers this week are some of the world's dirtiest athletes who have discovered a new way to beat drug tests: genetic cheating. It involves injecting a drug called Repoxygen, which actually changes your genetic code. But it's good for tired athletes because it enables more oxygen to reach the muscles. It's also great for welding. The drug is already on the black market, with a German coach and a Dutch speed skating club implicated. The club not only specialises in speed skating, but also hash swimming, ecstasy boxing, and pot put. Still, maybe we should be genetically modifying our Olympians. Imagine Thorpe with a dolphin tail, Or Yana Pittman with a mouth that closes. Tamsin, you're off to the Commonwealth Games. Are you looking forward to whizzing in a cup?
Do you know what? It's the most embarrassing thing to have to piddle into a cup with somebody watching.
Because I guess someone has to watch you the whole...
They make you pull. They make you pull.
You can show your stomach, that's okay.
That's all right, I think that's fine.
Anyway, what are we saying?
They make you pull your top up and your pants all the way down to your ankles and your sleeves up.
Well, in case you've got, like, fake...
Apparently people... Oh, they go to a lot of trouble. They put other people's urine in and somehow get that into the beaker. So you have to do that. And it's a lot harder.
Where do you get the urine from?
I don't know. Another person.
eBay? WeBay.
But I've heard stories of a guy borrowing a girl's urine sample, and when they did the test, they realised that he was pregnant.
That'd be a business I could go into.
You could sell
providing
your
urine.
Yeah, I could do that too.
One of the world's great urine providers.
Wouldn't that be great? That's silver Logie Wee right there.
What's Mr. Wood doing? I sat there taking the piss.
You can do it, John.
Yeah, that'd be great. On your ad, you could say, it's not a Logie, but it's gold. Can we talk, you and Yana? Is it is there really, like, I saw in the paper the other day that she was like, when she lost that race, she said that she stood next to you and she realised that she was, too thin. Is she calling you a fat ass? Is that what she's saying?
She wouldn't be the first person to say that. I've copped that a few times on the track.
Really?
But, I thought I'd lost a bit of weight. Like, seriously, no. Yeah, no, but...
That's ridiculous.
Get your big butt out of the way, I'm coming through.
That was awesome. For a minute there, John Wood turned into Oprah.
Well, you and Yana, are you going to make up? Will you ever be friends?
We'll have to make up. We're in a relay together.
Is there any chance you two could just, like, sort it out? Like, you know?
We've spoken.
Like, no, but I mean, like, publicly. Like in, pillow fight. In your underpants, on telly.
Well, frankly, it's not the sort of thing you ever strike in the theatre or television.
Oh, come on.
These little cat fights.
You must have had a feud with someone. You must have sat home after a Logie's going, I hate you, Kerry Ann.
I don't think so.
Which gold Logie should have been yours? You tell us, John.
All of them.
It'd be great if, you had a year off TV and you won it.
Well, that's the irony. I reckon I've got the best chance ever of winning this year, and I don't think we're even going to be on screen.
That's great.
And I'm out of a job.
Yeah,
so.
and this could be your last chance. What have you got to say to Australia?
Vote early, vote off.
Later in the Glasshouse, Kim Beazley has a theory on why Question Time is now full of bananas, masturbation, and the throwing of poo.
Howard Vale down there like the three wise monkeys.
We asked Barnaby Joyce if Eddie Maguire will pick him to be the new host of Australia's Funniest Home Videos.
I think you might.
And Alexander Downer has given instructions on how to tell his ass from his elbow.
It's going to be helpful. It's not going to be completely life-changing.
Tonight's question on the Glasshouse is, what's your dream job? Let's find some answers. Mate, what's your dream job?
Oh, I'd have to say porn star.
Have you replayed it in your mind, or the situations you'd get in just to, in case it ever comes up?
Oh, I don't think it would come up, but...
All right, what is your dream job?
Boss the Australian Wheat Board. Is there a new job going at Channel 9 at the moment? Speak to Eddie.
Yeah, how can you get to Eddie, do you think?
I could probably stalk him.
You could stalk him, he'd like that.
Probably would, yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Thanks.
What is your dream job?
Testing toys for kids.
How would you test them?
Various ways, see how well they bounce off walls and things like that.
Would you swallow them and see if you choked?
Oh, no, I wouldn't go that far.
Be a tax accountant.
You want to be a tax accountant? Wow. You must be really on the edge, are you?
Aim for mediocrity. That's my policy.
How far away is your dream?
I work for a tax accounting practice.
You're living the dream.
Yeah.
You're making a lot of people jealous out there. What is your dream job?
I'd have to say putting body oil on male centrefolds.
Is there any no-go zone for you?
No.
Everywhere. Do you mind, sir, about your wife's dream, the woman you've dedicated your life to?
I'll let her go for it. If that's what she wants to do, she can do it.
And what do you want to do?
Me? I want to female lingerie fitter.
Yeah. You know what I'm hearing here? Swingers.
In marvellous news for Magpies, Eddie Maguire is the new boss of Channel 9. As he recently said to Kerry Packer, "Who do I have to kill to be in charge around here?" Dave, I'd like your help.
Great.
I want you to be the new king of Channel 9.
Sure.
And we're going to interview you.
Why not? Mad if I didn't.
First question, Eddie McHughes. Why do you think they chose you?
Why they choose me? Because I'm a quick thinker.
I'd just like to congratulate you on your new position.
Thank you, John.
Because,
wise of you.
Exactly. It is, just as one sort of working-class Melbourne boy to another, I'd just like to say, never, ever forget I'm available.
Are you at all concerned, you know, you've lost the footy, you've got the footy this year, but not the year after. Are you concerned about that at all?
No, I'm not concerned about that, no.
What are you going to do?
We'll just play cricket longer. Why not? Let's have the World Series cricket go for a year. We'll beat Sri Lanka 100-2.
Eddie, there's a view in the television industry at the moment that the price that 7 and 10 paid for the rights to the AFL, 780 million, which is enough money to have funded Blue Heelers for 70 years.
You would have been, you'd be so old, you'd probably be dead, John.
You never know.
No.
Anyway, do you reckon there's any truth in the rumour that, you know, like there is a word around the traps that that it's Kerry Packer's revenge? You know, on his deathbed, he basically upped the price so much that it would destroy 7 and 10 and basically root Australian drama as well.
Oh, that's a big comment you've just made there.
not my comment.
Kerry Packer could possibly have been vindictive.
You've been a very successful man.
Yes.
What's been your greatest achievement to date?
Well, my ability to allow people to poke fun at me. Like, if I saw someone on TV trying to impersonate me, I wouldn't think I'm never going to employ that person.
Why are you appearing on the ABC here tonight when you're the new boss of Channel 9?
Well, it's a good plan I've got. I want to bore everyone senseless so they switch to 9.
What's on Channel 9 right now?
Oh, flick over and have a look.
I want to know how you're going to cope without Collingwood being in your backyard. How long will it take for you to move the Magpies to Sydney?
The Collingwood Football Club?
Yep.
I will cope very well.
You know, Nathan Buckley, will you give him a granny flat out the back of your house?
Saying the captain of Collingwood, the best player to ever play the game.
Yes?
Yeah, he's reading the news next week, so...
Yes, it's time to award the coveted Glasshouse trophy, which this week is called... And the winner of the Love Me, Love My Ramalama Ding Dong comes from the UK, where a charity group is giving single people the chance to go for a romantic stroll in the country with a prospective partner and a llama. The charity says chatting over a llama is a novel way to meet people in a relaxed environment, and participants can enjoy a romantic picnic afterwards. Their slogan is, get calmer with a llama. By the way, not the Delhi. So the trophy goes to the British Llama Charity. They're now thinking of expanding into Get Loose with the Goose, Drop Your Coat with the Goat, Get Squishy with the Fishy, Go Bananas with Piranhas, Stroll Beaches with Leeches, and Rekindle the Sparks with Bloodthirsty Sharks. And couples who aren't doing so well can always get a divorce with a horse, or the extra special Call It Quits with Lice and Nits. That's the way it is for Wednesday, February the 15th. Thank you, Tamsin. Good luck at the Commonwealth Games. Thank you, John.
Cheers.
Here's your gold.
I'll cherish it.
And let's take a look at tomorrow's headlines. The Daily Tally says Sydney suffering from homicide backlog. Victims head towards light but refuse to take tunnel. The Canberra Times claims Abbott went to Bali despite warnings. Dope strapped to him was downer. And the Age report, celebrities ask, are you 486? Only if you are over 17, text warning. Good night!